Darla LeJean, real estate agent in South Louisiana with Real Broker. What a gorgeous day today it is in South Louisiana. I am in Acadia Parish in Acadiana, in my favorite hometown of Iota, and I am going to an inspection in just a little while. But that had me thinking about this question that I get asked pretty often, and it's actually a statement that I get that people say to me lots of times when they're thinking about selling their home. And this is how it goes. They'll say, I need you to come meet with me because I need to sell my house. I'd like to list my home for sale, but I'm waiting on an appraiser to come out and give me an appraisal. So listen, if you are thinking about selling your home, you absolutely, for no reason, need to have an appraisal. Save your money, save your money, save your money. If you are thinking about selling your home, a real smart real estate agent who closes lots and lots and lots of transactions will tell you, you absolutely, as the seller, do not need to have an appraisal. Why? Because when you have a real estate agent come over to your house to assess the value of your home and to prepare it to get it ready to sell, we as real estate agents run what's called a market analysis, where we pull all the homes that are the most similar to yours that have sold within a certain framework of time to get you the absolute most fair market value price. That's what happens. So the seller, you do not need to pay for an appraisal. Save your money. You do not need to. A real estate agent's job is to go assess your situation and come up with a value of your home, and you don't need an appraisal. Why? Because the buyer's bank, and listen, 95% of buyers are financing. The buyer's bank, when it's time for appraisal, right? When it's time for appraisal, it's not something that's done up front. It's not something that's done right away. It's usually something that the bank calls for and orders after the buyer is through inspections. So for example, today, I'm going to be meeting some buyers on an inspection, and after we get through inspections, if the buyers are absolutely 100% sure that they are moving forward with the purchase, that's if they are, they absolutely have the right to cancel the contract at this point because they're still in their due diligence period, they're still in their inspection period, they have the right to cancel the contract, no questions asked. But if they decide to move forward, then their bank or their lender or their mortgage broker, whoever they're using, is going to order appraisal only after they decide, are they moving forward with the purchase. So for whatever reason, if this couple decides that they are canceling the contract and they are not moving forward with the sale, an appraisal will never be done on this transaction. It will never happen. And so then, if it goes back on the market and a new set of buyers comes along and submits an offer and gets through inspections and gets through all the things, if they then decide to order appraisal, their bank, their mortgage mortgage company, their lender, whoever that person may be, when it's time, will call for an appraisal. And listen, no one gets to choose who the appraiser will be. The lender, the bank, the mortgage broker, whatever you call the person or the entity that is giving the buyers their loan, that entity sends out a request for an appraiser. They send out the address and they send out an order for an appraiser. Whichever appraiser is on the approved list, and there's going to be lots and lots and lots of them, right? There might be 10, 20, 30 appraisers on that list. Whatever appraiser picks it up first is the one that gets to go out and appraise it. So no one gets to choose who the appraiser is. Now let's say you're a seller and you decided, for whatever the reason may be, you wanted to have your place appraised ahead of time. You absolutely have that right to have your house appraised. The bank's not going to look at it. The lender is not going to look at it. It's not worth a hill of beans. It is not. It's one person's opinion of the value of your home. And it's irrelevant to another buyer's lender. It's irrelevant. So let's just say you wanted, lots of people, I guess before there were real estate agents involved, lots of people sold their houses for sale by owner, and so they believed, which you never had to have an appraisal, you absolutely never had to have one, but for sale by owner people believed, they had this misconception that they needed to have their home appraised, and that just gave them this number, I'll call it a magical number, because listen, it is, I'm driving through the bank and realized it is Columbus Day today. The banks are not open. So for sale by owner, people would have their houses appraised, but mostly just because they wanted to know what the appraised value was. Well, what most people don't realize is, like I said, one appraisal is one person's opinion of the value of your home, your land, whatever the case may be. It's one person's opinion. And people, I see it over and over and over again, people think that this number that this one appraiser came up with is the golden ticket. It's the magic number. It absolutely is only one thing. It is one person's opinion of the value of your home. And I guarantee you, if you ask for 10 different appraisers to go out to your house or your land on any given day, they would come up with 10 different numbers, and they would use different comparables to figure out that number. That is a guarantee. It is absolutely not necessary. It's not. So an appraisal, if you're just curious about what one person's opinion is of your house or your land, get it done by all means. Listen, it's going to cost you $500, $600, $700, $800, maybe more than that depending on where you are, but it's one person's opinion. That is all it is. If you're listing your house either for sale by yourself or you're listing your Brooks, you are hilarious. You can get it done. It'll just cost you money. It is absolutely a waste of money, right? Now, the only advantage I would say is this. Let's say that you know this appraiser that just for whatever reason always over appraises things. Like their numbers are just off the chart high, right? Well, that might be advantageous to you as the seller to have your house appraised, knowing that it's high. It's not accurate. It's probably a number that anybody else is never going to appraise it at. No lender's appraiser is probably ever going to get that number. But for you, it could be an advantage. Why? Because you could say, let's say your house is worth $300,000, but you get this appraiser to say it's worth $375,000, and you're going to list it for $325,000 or $350,000. You could say in your description of your house, list it significantly below appraised value. And listen, the general public think that an appraiser's number is gold. It is not. It absolutely is not. So do you need an appraisal? No, you don't need an appraisal. Are there reasons for it sometimes? Yes, like if you're going through let's say a divorce, you may just have to have it appraised, right? For the lawyer's sakes, you may have to. If you're going through a succession and maybe both of your parents died and you have a couple of brothers and sisters, and one of those brothers and sisters wants to buy the house from the rest of the family, you probably need an appraisal, right? You probably need to have an estimated value so that you can come up with a number to buy it from your siblings. There are some reasons to have an appraisal, but just don't get caught up in believing that that is the magic number, because it is not. Again, it's one person's opinion of the value of whatever they're appraising, a house, the land, whatever the case may be. Listen, remember in real estate, there are lots and lots of great questions to be asked. It is a never-ending, revolving door. It's so exciting for me. I love speaking real estate with people, and I love answering questions because, listen, fast forward just 5.5 years ago, I was in education and I knew nothing about real estate. So you cannot ask me a stupid question, that's for sure. I love answering questions. If you have a question, if you have a comment, please post it or text me or message me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Y'all enjoy this great weather. Guys, if you know anything about the Rice Festival, that is starting Thursday. And if the weather is like this from Thursday to Sunday for the Rice Festival, wow. It's going to be a great turnout. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy your week. And if there's anything at all real estate related, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I have a listing appointment tomorrow for a great listing that is going to be in Acadia Parish. I always love listing houses that are in the Iota school zone because that's my hometown. That one is going to go live as soon as they are ready. And I have an amazing open house Wednesday at a beautiful brick home on a slab with an in-ground pool, a huge shop, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and then nowhere where flood insurance is required at all. The crazy thing is, it's halfway between Iota and Evangeline, but it has a Jennings address, and it's in Acadia Parish, and it's zoned for Evangeline, pre-K through 8, A school, Iota High, A school. It is a great place. Wednesday afternoon beginning at 3 to about probably 6:45-ish, depending on how many people come through. That would be a great time. Even if this house is not in your budget, even if it's one that you know you can't afford, which the price is at $315. If you look it up, it's 379 Simeo Road, Jennings address, right? But if it's a house that you just know you can't afford, but you want to buy soon and you have questions, I will have a person from a title company there answering all your legal questions. I will have a lender there answering all your lender questions and can pre-approve you right on site. And I will be there. So that's from 3 to almost 7 o'clock. Come ask your questions. We're going to have food, drinks, and door prizes. Just come and visit. Even if it's not a house that you're interested in buying, I'd love to visit with you. This afternoon, weather is perfect, and it looks like Wednesday is going to be great too. So stay tuned. Follow my Facebook page. That's just Darla Lejean Realtor. Or go to my website, darlacansell.com, because all the things that I have listed, plus anything else anybody else has listed, I can show you. Y'all enjoy this day. And remember, there are no stupid questions in real estate. Ask your questions. It's the only way you're going to learn. Y'all take care.